Matt Nuzzo hanging out here, backyard at Real, and today we get to talk about the Ozone Vortex. Specifically, I want to talk about the Vortex 15, because our coach has been riding this kite and absolutely loving it. They're like freaking out, they're teaching lessons on it, they're loving the hang time. I'm like, 15 meter, what is going on? This one specifically, what the coaches are saying is that it has a fatter diameter. So today we're gonna take it out, it's like 5 to 14, 13, something like that. Really light on the inside here. This thing has great drive up wind, great hang time, super fun. Can teach lessons on it. Relaunch in the super under 10 mile an hour is a little tricky, but once you get it over 10 mile an hour, we're relaunching it, have beginners relaunch it. So kind of we're finding, hey, the Vortex is actually an amazing kite that works for everyone. We're gonna talk about this Infinity twin tip too, which is their kind of lighter air twin tip. And yeah, let's get on the water and get some sessions. Let's go. Here we go, Vortex 15. So the northeast off of Real is pretty gusty. That's why we put these buoys out here so you can launch and land out here. So when it's light and gusty, it makes it pretty tricky, and this thing just floated in the sky. I had to do a little bit of you know, sheeting in and sheeting out to keep it in the right place, but man, that thing totally works. And it delivers a boatload of power. I mean, it's blowing maybe 10. I'm pretty juiced on this 15 meter. This board's pretty money too. Woo! Loving that Infinity. Yeah, so it's blowing about 10, give or take a little bit. And I've got really consistent power on the hook, and I can really feel it in my hands. It's not like too much, but it's definitely, this kite produces a lot of power per side. One of the things we do with the big kites is put them on 27 meter lines, because these 27 meter lines, it's a 55 centimeter bar with the 25 plus 2. That really adds to the amount of wind window you have, so it generates more power in light air. Ew. So I'm on the outside here, up by the wind meter in the foil garden, and pretty lit. I think it might be blowing 12 now. I mean, this thing generates a lot of power, but the guys are riding it up to, say, 20, the big dudes, and just getting massive hang time. So this Vortex holds on in the bottom, works in the bottom range, and then really holds on in the top. Definitely pretty awesome to feel. Sporty for the turning too, even on 27 meter lines. Watch this. Engages nicely when it turns. I love how you feel this kite everywhere in the wind window. And that's really what our coach has been enjoying for teaching in light air with this thing with students, is that it flies and stays in the air, which is the hardest thing in light conditions. But then you also have positive feedback, so you know where it is. It's quick turning for its size. They do make the Zephyr, which is the size above this, 17 meter, different model, different kite, which will be your dedicated do everything light air. I just feel that this 15 Vortex is gonna be a little more versatile for kind of a underpowered kite, but then also something you get lit on and go get massive hang time. One of the key tips for light wind kiting is really hang on the bar. Hanging on this hook and kind of sheeting in when I need it, I can really kind of put a lot of my weight into the kite as opposed to on my feet. And then when I get going, I can edge hard. So hanging and then basically making sure that bar is sheeted in as long as you have forward speed. There we go. See how I'm like really hiked out, really hanging on this kite, hanging on the bar, so I've got a lot of load on the kite and less on my feet. Some really light area here. But man, this kite's performing awesome. Jesse Richmond loop? That was just like Jesse Richmond. Oh my God. Just let go of the kite. Just floats. Fully let go of the bar. It still just floats 12 o'clock. I mean, that's pretty uncharacteristic for any big kite in light air. So really kind of crazy that it does that. And that's what beginners are doing, is sheeting in, going fast, blowing up, slacking the lines. And this kite can handle it. Wind is definitely dying. Time to bring this bad boy in, finish up. This is a point in a lot of people's sessions where the kite falls out of the sky. You come into kind of gusty, lighter offshore winds. A good kite like this is going to perform well and kind of hang in the air, but you also have to maintain line tension. That might mean moving your kite back and forth, swinging around a little bit, even as you're walking back in. Appreciate it, Rob. That was a killer one. So Vortex 15, it is not just for high winds. I mean, it's gonna work in high winds. You know, I haven't used the 15 in high winds, but I use the other ones and they jump really well. They have a lot of control. It's kind of like they took the Edge V11 or V12 or V13 or whatever version that were on with the Edge, and they made it a little fatter, a little more profile, more wingtips, so you kind of have a little better feel, but it has kind of that lineage of the Edge, but a lot sportier, a lot more user-friendly package too. That's why this one, you know, we're actually teaching lessons. It's incredible that we can teach on this, but went out, it was super light today. It's like 5 to 10 on the inside and then maybe 10 to 12 on the outside. I was able to stay upwind a lot because of Kite. Also because this board, this Ozone Infinity, this is the 48. The cool thing with the Infinity is that flatter rocker line and that wider tail block gives you a lot of control and drive of wind, but then it has a really nice V down through the middle, some nice channel bottom. So it feels sporty, but it's not like a brick. So this is a great Lightwind board for a guy my size, 170 pounds, or for bigger riders, this is kind of your all-around twin tip. Or even beginning, like, hey, if you're a beginner rider and you want to get a great twin tip that you learn on, but then you don't grow out of it because it'll become your Lightwind board, that Infinity is going to last for years and years. So if you want more reviews, want to find out more action about the Vortex, any other gear we carry, give us a call at the shop, 252-987-6000. Reach out online, realwatersports.com. We'll see you guys on the water for the next session.